What if the relentless hum of modern life could be silenced with a single ancient breath? For centuries, the Japanese have cultivated a way of being that makes stress not a foe, but a fleeting shadow. In the next 26 minutes, I will reveal 3 timeless philosophies that turn anxiety into calm and chaos into clarity. Stay with me, and you will discover how to live as the bamboo, flexible, rooted, unshaken. If this promise resonates, gently press the like button now. It signals to the universe and to the algorithm that you are ready to embark on this journey. In the West, stress is often framed as an enemy to be eradicated. In Japan, it is perceived as a natural ripple of existence, one that can be observed, understood, and ultimately transcended. Now let us turn to the first pillar of this resilience, the ancient compass that guides the heart toward purpose. Ikigai, literally reason for being, is the convergence of 4 fundamental questions: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. This concept is not a mere career checklist. It is a living expression of virtue and mastery that aligns inner desire with outer contribution. When your daily actions echo your Ikigai, stress loses its grip, for you are no longer battling a meaningless tide. Consider the artisan in a quiet Kyoto workshop, shaping clay with deliberate hands, each movement an echo of centuries of contemplation. He does not labor for fame, nor does he toil for wealth alone. His work is an embodiment of love, skill, necessity, and sustenance. In his quiet studio, the world's clamor fades, replaced by the steady rhythm of breath and wheel. What does this image invite you to ask of yourself? Do you hear the subtle call of your own purpose beneath the noise of obligations? Close your eyes now. Visualize the moment when your work aligns with your passion. Feel the quiet satisfaction blooming within, a gentle warmth spreading through your chest. Allow that feeling to settle, as if a stone were placed at the center of a still pond. In this space, ask yourself, which of the 4 questions feels most distant? Which thread requires gentle weaving? Hold that question without judgment and let the answer arise in its own time. When the answer surfaces, you have taken the first step toward equanimity. Autodiscipline becomes a companion, not a tyrant, as you begin to shape your days around the North Star of Ikigai. The practice of returning to this inner compass each morning cultivates a resilience that doesn't deny stress, but reframes it as a signal, a reminder that you are engaged in the dance of life. Now that we have anchored purpose, let us move to the second pillar, the tender awareness of impermanence that underlies every fleeting moment. Mono no aware, the poignant awareness of the transience of all things, teaches that all experiences are temporary, and that within this impermanence lies profound freedom. Imagine the cherry blossoms of early spring, their petals unfurling in a burst of delicate pink, only to surrender to the wind within a week. The beauty of that fleeting bloom is amplified precisely because it is destined to fade. In recognizing this, the mind loosens its grip on outcomes and anxiety softens into acceptance. How often do you cling to a particular result, fearing its loss? What would change if you could greet each moment with the same reverence as a blossom greeting the sun? The practice of mono no aware can be cultivated through mindful observation. Sit beside a river, watch the water flow, notice the way each ripple forms and dissolves. As each ripple disappears, notice the quiet that follows. In that silence, repeat to yourself, all things arise, all things pass. Let this mantra settle like a stone in the riverbed of your consciousness, anchoring you to the present while reminding you of the ever-changing nature of existence. A practical exercise follows. In the next few breaths, inhale slowly, counting to 3 in your mind. Then exhale, counting to 4, allowing the breath to lengthen naturally. With each exhale, imagine releasing attachment to the outcome of the day ahead. With each inhale, invite the acceptance of whatever arises. This simple rhythm mirrors the pulse of the universe, where creation and dissolution dance in perpetual balance. If this practice resonates, share your thoughts in the comments. I am eager to hear how you experience the flow of impermanence. Having embraced purpose and impermanence, we arrive at the third cornerstone of Japanese serenity, Shikata ga nai. The humble acknowledgement that it cannot be helped. This is not resignation, but a disciplined acceptance that empowers action without futile resistance. When faced with an unchangeable circumstance, the mind can either spiral into frustration or settle into calm resolve. Shikata ga nai invites the latter, allowing energy to be redirected toward what can be cultivated. Consider the ancient samurai bound by duty yet aware of the limits of control. When battle was lost, they did not lament endlessly. They adjusted their stance, honed their technique, and prepared for the next encounter. In modern life, a delayed train, a missed deadline, or an unexpected illness may feel like insurmountable obstacles. Yet, by acknowledging the reality of the situation, you free yourself from the tyranny of should have and open a pathway to constructive response. To embody Shikata ga nai, begin each morning with a brief affirmation. I accept what I cannot change, and I act wisely upon what I can. Speak the words aloud, feeling the vibration in your chest. Then list 3 aspects of your day that lie beyond your control. Observe any tension that arises and consciously release it, as if exhaling a cloud of fog. Finally, identify 1 actionable step you can take within your sphere of influence. This simple triad transforms passive acceptance into active mindfulness, reinforcing the inner balance that underpins all 3 philosophies. The final thread that weaves these teachings together is the practice of zazen breathing, a seated meditation that grounds the mind in the present moment. Sit upright, spine aligned, hands resting gently in your lap. Close your eyes and bring your attention to the natural flow of breath. Do not force the inhale or exhale. Simply observe the rise and fall of the abdomen. Each breath becomes a bridge between purpose, impermanence, and acceptance, uniting them in a single moment of stillness. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment. Then let them drift away like leaves on a stream. Return repeatedly to the breath, cultivating an inner quiet that deepens with each cycle. Over time, this practice sharpens auto-discipline, enhances resilience, and cultivates a mastery of the mind that renders stress a passing cloud rather than a storm. In summary, the Japanese secret to living without stress rests upon 3 interlocking philosophies. Ikigai provides a compass of purpose, guiding each action toward meaning. Mono no aware reminds us of the fleeting nature of all phenomena, softening attachment and fostering acceptance. Shikata ga nai offers a disciplined surrender to the unchangeable, freeing energy for purposeful response. Together, They are anchored by the steady rhythm of Zazen breath, a practice that cultivates mindfulness and equanimity. If this exploration has opened new vistas for you, consider subscribing so we may continue this journey toward inner balance together. Remember, the path is not a distant summit, but a series of deliberate steps taken with awareness, humility, and grace. May you walk it with the quiet strength of bamboo, rooted yet swaying, unshaken by the winds of life. Now, as you pause and let the breath settle within you, consider the subtle ways in which these ancient teachings can be woven into the fabric of your everyday existence. Imagine waking each dawn with a quiet affirmation of purpose, a whispered reminder that your actions are aligned with the compass of Ikigai. What would it feel like to step onto the path of the day, knowing that each movement, each word, each encounter carries the weight of meaning, yet remains light as a feather on the wind? This is not a fanciful ideal, but a lived reality for those who have embraced the Japanese art of purposeful living. To bring this vision into tangible form, let us explore 3 practical rituals that echo the spirit of Ikigai, Mono no Aware, and Shikata ga Nai, while reinforcing the grounding power of Zazen breathing. Each ritual is designed to be brief, yet profound, allowing you to integrate them seamlessly into the rhythm of modern life without demanding a radical overhaul of your schedule. First, the ritual of sunrise intention. As the first light brushes the horizon, find a quiet space, perhaps by a window or on a small balcony. Sit with the spine erect, hands resting softly in the lap, and close the eyes. Inhale slowly, feeling the cool morning air fill the lungs, and exhale with gratitude for the gift of another day. Then articulate internally 3 concise statements: what you love to do, how you can serve others, and the skill you will hone today. These statements are not grand proclamations, but gentle nudges that align your heart with your purpose. By repeating this practice each morning, you cultivate a steady current of purpose that steadies the mind against the tides of distraction. Second, the practice of fleeting observation, a living homage to Mono no Aware. Throughout the day, select a moment, a falling leaf, a passing cloud, a cup of tea cooling on the table, to observe with mindful attention. Notice the impermanence of the scene, the subtle shift from one state to another, and allow a quiet sigh to arise within you, acknowledging the beauty of transience. In this simple pause, you train the mind to accept change without resistance, softening the grip of anxiety that often stems from clinging to static expectations. Over time, these brief interludes accumulate, forming a tapestry of acceptance that colors every experience with a gentle hue of equanimity. Third, the discipline of evening surrender, reflecting Shikata ga Nai. As the day draws to a close, gather the events that unfolded, both the triumphs and the setbacks, and place them before you like pages in a book. With a calm breath, whisper to yourself, "It is what it is." Recognize the limits of your control and release the urge to rewrite the past. Then, identify one actionable step you can take tomorrow to address a lingering concern, however modest. This act of acknowledging reality while committing to purposeful action transforms passive resignation into active mindfulness. It reinforces the inner balance that underpins all 3 philosophies, allowing you to rest with a clear conscience and a prepared mind. Now, let us return to the breath, the silent thread that binds these practices together. In the quiet moments between sunrise and sunset, return to the simple observation of inhalation and exhalation. Feel the rise of the abdomen, the subtle expansion of the chest, the gentle release. When thoughts intrude, do not engage them as enemies. Simply note their presence and guide your attention back to the breath, as a lighthouse redirects a wandering vessel. This disciplined return cultivates auto-discipline, for each return is a choice to remain present, and each present moment is a step toward mastery over the restless mind. Consider, too, the role of community in reinforcing these teachings. In Japanese culture, the concept of wa, or harmonious coexistence, underscores the importance of shared practice. Seek out a group, perhaps a local meditation circle, a book club focused on philosophical texts, or an online forum where seekers exchange reflections on purpose and impermanence. By voicing your insights and hearing others, you deepen your understanding, and the collective resonance amplifies the individual journey. Ask yourself, how might the shared wisdom of others illuminate aspects of my own practice that remain in shadow? What insights could emerge from the simple act of listening, of being present for another's story, as a mirror for my own inner landscape? In moments when the world feels overwhelming, recall the image of bamboo, flexible yet rooted, yielding yet unbroken. Visualize yourself as a stalk of bamboo swaying gently in a gust, the wind touching you but never uprooting you. This image is not merely poetic. It is an embodiment of resilience cultivated through the integration of purpose, acceptance, and mindful breath. When stress approaches, you can summon this image, allowing the breath to anchor you, the intention to guide you, and the acceptance to soften resistance. In this way, the storm passes, leaving you refreshed, not battered. Let us now examine how these principles translate into the professional sphere, where stress often manifests most acutely. Imagine a demanding workplace, deadlines looming, expectations high. By invoking Ikigai, you can reframe each task as an expression of your deeper purpose, seeing the work not as a burden, but as a contribution to a larger narrative. When a project encounters unforeseen obstacles, Mono No Aware invites you to recognize the fleeting nature of the setback, to allow the disappointment to pass without clinging, and to remain open to new possibilities that arise from change. Should a circumstance be beyond your influence, a market shift, a corporate decision, Shikata Ganai reminds you to accept the reality, conserve your energy, and focus on the aspects you can shape, such as your attitude, your preparation, and your response. Throughout this process, the steady rhythm of breath serves as a metronome, synchronizing your inner state with the external flow, preventing the mind from spiraling into panic. In personal relationships, the same triad offers a roadmap to harmonious interaction. When conflict arises, approach it with the clarity of purpose. Ask yourself what you truly value in the relationship, and let that guide your communication. Observe the impermanent nature of emotions, recognizing that anger, like a passing cloud, will dissolve if you allow it space. Accept the aspects of another that you cannot change, while focusing your efforts on the qualities you can nurture through compassion and patience. As you breathe together, perhaps even sharing a moment of synchronized inhalation, you create a shared field of calm that can dissolve tension and foster deeper connection. Now, let us pause for a moment of self-inquiry. Reflect on the moments of your life when stress felt most oppressive. What were the underlying beliefs that amplified that pressure? Did you cling to a fixed identity, a rigid expectation, or an unattainable standard? In the quiet of your mind, ask, how might the teachings of Ikigai, Mono no Aware, and Shikata ga Nai reshape those beliefs, offering the softer, more adaptable perspective? Allow these questions to settle like stones in a clear pond, their ripples expanding outward, inviting insight. As you contemplate these reflections, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Which of the three philosophies resonates most deeply with your current experience? Have you already practiced any form of mindful breathing? And if so, how has it altered your perception of stress? Your experiences enrich the collective wisdom, and by voicing them, you contribute to a living tapestry of growth and understanding. Remember, the journey toward inner balance is not a sprint, but a marathon paced by intention, acceptance, and presence. Each day offers a fresh canvas upon which to paint the colors of purpose, impermanence, and surrender. By committing to the simple yet profound practices outlined, sunrise intention, fleeting observation, evening surrender, and continual breath awareness, you lay a foundation that supports resilience in the face of life's inevitable fluctuations. It is also valuable to recognize that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for refinement. When you encounter a day where the mind wanders, where anxiety surfaces despite your best efforts, approach it with the same gentle curiosity you would extend to a child learning to walk. Observe the thought patterns, note the triggers, and return to the breath without judgment. Each return is a reaffirmation of your capacity to choose presence over distraction, a testament to the auto-discipline you are cultivating. In the broader tapestry of human experience, the Japanese secret to living without stress offers a universal lesson. That peace does not arise from the absence of challenges, but from the mastery of our response to them. By aligning our actions with a purpose that resonates deeply, by honoring the transient nature of all phenomena, and by surrendering to what cannot be altered, we create a fertile ground for enduring calm. As we draw this discourse to a close, allow yourself one final breath, deep and unhurried. Inhale the awareness of the teachings you have absorbed, and exhale the intention to embody them in the days ahead. Feel the subtle shift within, the quiet strengthening of the inner bamboo, rooted yet flexible, poised to meet whatever winds may arise. If these insights have sparked a desire to explore further, consider joining the community of seekers who gather regularly to discuss the integration of ancient philosophies into contemporary life. Your presence would add a unique voice to the dialogue, and together we can deepen our collective practice. Now, as you prepare to step back into the flow of your day, carry with you the promise that stress, like any external phenomenon, is subject to the laws of impermanence. It will arrive, it will pass, and in the interval, you hold the power to meet it with calm composure. Let the breath be your anchor, the purpose your compass, and acceptance your steady sail. May you walk forward with the quiet confidence of the bamboo, rooted in purpose, swaying with grace, unshaken by the inevitable gusts of existence. Thank you for sharing this time, and may the serenity you cultivate ripple outward, touching all those you encounter. As you step beyond this moment, allow the quiet echo of these teachings to settle like dew upon the early morning grass. Notice how the mind, once restless, now feels the gentle weight of stillness, as if a veil of mist has lifted to reveal the clear horizon beyond. In this space, the question arises, how will you weave the strands of purpose, impermanence, and acceptance into the fabric of each day? Consider first the simple act of rising with the sun. When the first light brushes the window, pause before reaching for the phone, before the rush of obligations begins. Place a hand upon your chest, inhale the cool morning air, and feel the rhythm of the breath aligning with the pulse of the world. This brief communion is more than a habit. It is a miniature ceremony that honors the present moment, affirming that each sunrise offers a fresh canvas upon which your Ikigai can be expressed. In this practice, the breath becomes the bridge between intention and action, inviting you to ask, what purpose will guide my steps today? Now, turn your attention to the ordinary tasks that fill the day. Preparing a meal, walking to the office, washing your hands. In each movement, there lies an invitation to practice mindfulness, to observe the fleeting nature of sensation as it arises and passes. When the kettle sings, listen not merely to the sound, but to the vibration within your own body, recognizing that the heat of the water mirrors the transient heat of emotion. By observing without clinging, you embody the principle of mono-no aware, the gentle awareness that all things are impermanent. In this awareness, anxiety loses its power, for it thrives on the illusion of permanence. Ask yourself, am I holding on to this feeling as if it were fixed? Or am I honoring its passage as a natural ripple? When challenges arise, as they inevitably do, recall the ancient refrain, Shikata ga nai, the graceful surrender to what cannot be altered. This is not resignation, but a cultivated resilience that acknowledges the limits of control while focusing the mind on the aspects that remain within reach. Imagine a storm battering a sturdy pine. The tree does not resist the wind, it bends, allowing the gusts to pass without breaking. In the same way, you can meet adversity with a calm composure, recognizing that the storm is a momentary phenomenon, not a permanent state. Contemplate. What elements of this situation lie beyond my influence? And how might I respond with equanimity to those that I can shape? To deepen this practice, integrate a brief period of seated meditation each evening. Sit upon a cushion, spine upright yet relaxed, eyes gently lowered. Focus on the breath as it flows in and out, counting each inhalation and exhalation silently, returning to the count whenever the mind wanders. This disciplined return is an act of auto-discipline, a training of the attention that strengthens over time. Each time you bring the wandering mind back to the breath, you reinforce the neural pathways of calm, creating a reservoir of inner balance that can be drawn upon when the world grows noisy. As you settle into this rhythm, notice the subtle expansion of awareness, the widening of perspective that allows you to see each thought as a passing cloud rather than a storm. Beyond the formal meditation, the aesthetics of Japanese culture offer additional pathways to serenity. The art of tea ceremony, for instance, transforms the act of preparing a cup of tea into a moving meditation, where every gesture is performed with intention, every movement imbued with respect for the present. When you sip the warm liquid, you engage all senses, the aroma, the temperature, the texture, grounding yourself fully in the now. Similarly, tending a small garden, pruning a bonsai, or arranging a simple ikebana bouquet can become living metaphors for the balance between growth and restraint. In each of these practices, you are reminded that beauty often resides in simplicity, that the most profound insights emerge from humble, deliberate actions. Reflect now on the concept of Wabi-sabi, the appreciation of imperfection and impermanence. A cracked pottery piece repaired with gold does not lose its value. Instead, it gains a new story, a testament to resilience. In your own life, notice where you have embraced flaws, where you have allowed the cracks to become pathways for greater authenticity. When you accept your own imperfections, you release the relentless pursuit of an unattainable perfection that fuels stress. Instead, you cultivate a compassionate relationship with yourself, recognizing that each flaw is a teacher, each scar a reminder of survival. As these teachings settle within you, it is natural to feel a stirring, a quiet curiosity about how you might share this inner transformation with others. Perhaps you will invite a friend to join you in a morning breathing exercise, or you might offer a simple cup of tea as a gesture of presence. In doing so, you extend the bamboo's reach, allowing its strength to support those who stand beside you. Consider, how might my calm presence become a source of steadiness for those I love? Before we draw this discourse to its gentle close, let us revisit the three pillars that have guided us: purpose, impermanence, and acceptance. Purpose, the compass that directs each step, aligns your actions with the deeper currents of meaning. Impermanence, the ever-present reminder that all phenomena are fleeting, invites you to cherish each moment without attachment. Acceptance, the steady sail that allows you to navigate the inevitable winds, empowers you to meet life's challenges with poise. Together, they form a harmonious triad, a timeless framework that has sustained generations in the pursuit of inner peace. Now, as you prepare to re-enter the flow of your daily existence, carry with you a simple, tangible practice: the breath as anchor, the intention as compass, the surrender as sail. When the mind begins to race, return to the breath. When uncertainty clouds your path, recall your purpose. When obstacles appear unyielding, invoke acceptance. In this triad, you will find a wellspring of resilience, a source of calm that does not depend on external circumstances, but springs from within. If these reflections have resonated within you, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What aspect of this philosophy speaks most deeply to your experience? How might you integrate a moment of mindful breathing into your routine today? Your insights enrich the collective journey, and together, we can deepen our practice. Should you feel moved to continue exploring these ancient pathways, consider supporting this channel by gently clicking the like button. Such a gesture not only signals to the algorithm that this content serves a purpose, but it also affirms your commitment to cultivating serenity in your own life. If you wish to receive further explorations of timeless wisdom, subscribing will ensure that future lessons arrive like quiet lanterns along your path. In closing, remember that the bamboo does not resist the wind. It bends, it yields, yet remains rooted. Let this image linger as you move forward, confident that the calm you nurture within will ripple outward, touching each interaction, each decision, each breath. May the serenity you cultivate today become a lasting foundation, a quiet harbor from which you navigate the ever-changing seas of existence. Thank you for sharing this time, and may the quiet confidence of the bamboo guide you onward, ever grounded, ever graceful. Carry this stillness into every sunrise, and let each evening find you returning to the breath that steadies your spirit. If this journey has sparked a flame of inner peace, share it with a friend who seeks calm. May the wisdom of the bamboo illuminate your path always. May your days be gentle, guided by timeless calm.